So this is Jeff Hamrick at the University of San Francisco's Financial Analysis program, and I'm going to take a couple of minutes to show you how to make a couple of different types of time series plots in Stata. There are a lot of bells and whistles that you can add to these plots, like ways to change the labels on the X and Y axis, the way you can display the units on the X and Y axis, colors that you can change, etc., etc. I'm not going to get into all of those details because I just want to kind of show you the basic tools that you can use to create a time series plot in Stata. If you'd like to do more attractive or more sophisticated time series plot, please refer to the Stata documentation. So what I've uploaded into Stata here is a time series data set including information about IBM stock prices, again for about the past decade. And I'm going to focus, for example, on these quantities like volume here or the closing price of IBM stock. So one simple way to create a time series plot in Stata is to simply use the command graph that's used for a lot of different graphics objects in Stata, and then two-way and scatter. And the syntax in Stata is to use the Y variable before you use the X variable. So for example, if I want to use closing price and then use the time index that I created, the dummy time index that I created, I would use this type of command right here. And then when we execute this, what we actually get is a scatter plot. Okay, we've got our dummy time variable on the x-axis here. It's not the real dates in the data set, but rather the index variable that I created using gen or egen, and then the closing prices of IBM stock on the y-axis. There are a couple minor modifications to this particular graph that are easy to implement in Stata. So for example, if you do graph two-way line and you use the closing price with time on the x-axis, instead the graph that you get is the points in time are connected with piecewise line segments, and so you don't get the dots all over the place. Finally, there is one more option in Stata. If you do graph two-way connected and you use the same y variable and the same x variable, then what you get is both the dots, but the dots are now, it's a little bit hard to see, the dots are connected with piecewise line segments. So there's all sorts of additional things that you can do in Stata. I'll be talking later about how we can get the dates to appear to be the real dates rather than a generated variable in Stata. You can change the symbol that's used for the dots in time. You could use X's instead or small squares, and you could, for example, change the color of the plot to red or add a title at the top. So I won't get into these things now, but this is just a quick introduction into how you use Stata to make a plot of your time series data. Please let me know if you have any questions.